The training module for the Digital Roadeo scoring system by ModalChoice, specifically for the passenger assistance and wheelchair securement. The first thing that comes up is the screen for the judge's login. You tap on the judge's login. It takes you to a green screen that shows the event code and the event that you're going to judge. You scroll up and put in your initials or your name, in this case ROB, and on the other events of the day you would choose between the body on chassis and the van course, but because all the vehicles are being scored on the same vehicles, you don't need to select that. But the passenger assistance takes you to an interim screen that shows you that it's item number 2, and it comes back to here. At this point in time, we see that we have the name of the rodeo, the name of the event, the judge's name, and the contestant number, in this case 144. You can use the up and the down to change that, or it's better to go down here and select from the gray numbers because they have not been completed. The bold numbers have been completed for the day. And at this point, we're going to click 145. It clears those numbers because you don't need them again until you do the next driver, and you see that you have a 145 in the top right corner. At this point, we want to select the vehicle number. We select 216, and it becomes 216 over here. From this point, the driver is doing the job that they were supposed to do for the rodeo. They are going to greet the passenger. They're going to ask them if they need assistance, and they're going to make sure that they have all their belongings. These are all verbal scores. There's no real performance to go with it. However, the things from this point on are both a verbal score and a performance score. Normally, the driver would not be verbalizing these things to the passenger unless it was necessary to complete the job. But this is something that needs to be done in order for the driver or the judge to know what the driver is about to do. At this point, he says, I'm going to do it. He does it. I'm going to do it. He does it. I'm going to do it. And he does it. Now, at this point, he has all 40 points for that particular section of the test. At this point, we go to section B, and we can add the scores based on their performance and their verbalization. We can undo them. We can redo them in random order. We can go back to section A if we made a mistake or we noticed that we didn't put something in there. So everything is in random order until such time as we submit this data to the server. At this point, we're going to scroll the screen up to the raising of the lift, and we can give them, the driver, the points that he deserves. At this point, he's gotten all 36 points of this course, this part of the course, and now the last part here, he's a very good driver and is getting everything done just right. And then at the end of that, he has to check to make sure that the wheelchair does not move when the wheel locks are unlocked. If he does that and the wheelchair does not move, he gets the 24 points. If it moves too much, he does not get the points. He did a good job. He gets the 24 points. At this point in time, the last thing that can possibly go wrong is the driver rides on the lift with the passenger, which is a 25-point penalty. If he does that, he loses. Otherwise, 200 points, he loses 25, he gets a 75. But this driver was a good driver. He didn't do that, so he gets all 200 points. At this point, he has to complete this particular event in under 7 minutes, so he's going to get 6 minutes 48 seconds. That will show up here as 6:48. It gets reported to the system so that we know how long it took him to do it. If he went over, then there might be things that he can't do, which is in itself a penalty. But generally speaking, if he gets under the 7-minute point, he's got the points. The last thing that the judge does is send the data. Sending the data sends a string across here that just confirms what data was being sent. Comes back, it says that 145 has been completed, and now 146 is up next. Now, if you have drivers that are coming through in a different order, we don't need to stay in numerical order. We can do them randomly as they come through. Generally speaking, we try to keep the rodeos in such a way as that a group of drivers comes through and are going through the course in their driver order. 101, 102, 103, but the next group might be 131, 132, 133. So we need to be able to go in there and set that. During the setup of the rodeo, the number of drivers available to be listed here is set by the course marshal. It might be 250 down here instead of 150, depending on the size of the rodeo. At this point, this is the end of the video.